From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Friday, January 19th, 2024. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. A bill in the South Dakota House to make last year's 0.3% sales tax cut permanent hit a roadblock yesterday. The Senate Appropriations Committee voted 7-2 to table HB 1001, which aimed to extend the 0.3% sales tax reduction from 4.5% to 4.2% beyond its current expiration date of June 30th, 2027. Opponents emphasized the uncertainty of the future and suggested waiting a year or two to assess revenues before deciding. While the committee has tabled the bill, there are still possibilities for its revival. Police are asking for the public's help to find a woman. Amy Rose has more.
Rapid City Police are asking for the public's help in finding a 26-year-old woman from Pine Ridge. Michelle Elbowshield was last seen in the Rapid City area sometime in early October. In mid-December, the Ogallala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety notified the Rapid City Police Department of their investigation into Elbowshield's disappearance. According to the Rapid City Police Department, numerous leads have been worked to locate Elbowshield. Detectives are working with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Specialized Missing and Murdered Unit, the OST Department of Public Safety, and the Pennington County Sheriff's Office. The South Dakota Department of Health announced a new grant to support emergency medical services throughout the state. The initiative was prompted by the results of the Regional Services Designation Analysis of 2023. About $7.5 million will be distributed to qualifying applicants. The funds provide support for projects like workforce recruitment, regional hub development, and training programs. The first application period goes through March 15th, with a second grant opportunity opening later in the summer. In news from the nation and the world, Congress has sent President Joe Biden a short-term spending bill that would avert a looming partial government shutdown and fund federal agencies into March. The House approved the measure by a vote of 314 to 108, with opposition coming mostly from more conservative members of the Republican conference. Nevertheless, about half of Republicans joined with Democrats in passing the third stopgap spending measure in recent months. The action came a few hours after the Senate had voted overwhelmingly to pass the bill by a vote of 77-18. The bill extends current spending levels and buys time for the two chambers to work out their differences over full-year spending bills. The U.S. continues to strike against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Amy Rose has the latest. U.S. forces have conducted a fifth strike against Iranian-backed Houthi rebel military sites in Yemen. The action yesterday came as President Joe Biden acknowledged that the American and British bombardment had yet to stop the militants' attacks on vessels in the Red Sea that have disrupted global shipping. U.S. Central Command said the latest strikes destroyed two Houthi anti-ship missiles that were aimed into the southern Red Sea and prepared to launch. Biden said the U.S. would continue the strikes even though, so far, they haven't stopped the Houthis from continuing to harass commercial and military vessels. Next week, NATO will launch its biggest war games in decades, with around 90,000 personnel set to take part in a months-long military exercise called Steadfast Defender 24. The operation is aimed at showing Russia that the alliance is determined to defend all of its territory. The exercises come as Russia's war on Ukraine bogs down. In the months before President Vladimir Putin ordered Russian troops into Ukraine in February of 2022, NATO began beefing up security on its eastern flank with Russia and Ukraine. It's the alliance's biggest buildup since the Cold War. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Sunny and cold with a high of 15. Low tonight, 1. Much warmer this weekend with a high of 31 Saturday, 47 on Sunday. And that was your Daily Slice for Friday, January 19th, 2024. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquess. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great weekend.